are the do's and don'ts that you find in the song? Like, okay, this song was good, but a minute into it, okay, no more. Or, like, what is it you look for in your sound?
It's pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you gotta like the song you play. You know what I mean? You gotta feel it, and it's gotta work into your set. It depends, you know, how you're gonna tell a story during your set. Are you gonna take a breath from, to me, start from my intro to, you know, to my ending of the set, and if it fits in there. Sometimes I listen to song. I love the drop, but I don't like the breakdown, so I do an edit. You know, I change it. And I do something else. Sometimes I feel like it's missing something. I bring in a cappella, old school, you know, house vocals, and I put it on it. So it depends, you know.
How about Jamie?
Yeah, I do a lot of edits. I would say that probably 30 to 40% of the songs I play, I've edited. And sometimes on the fly, but most of the times I do an edit before the set. And I also try and think a little bit before when I'm playing. I've noticed around the world, you know, different countries dance to a slightly different groove, you know. For example, in Italy, you can't play garage, you know, it doesn't really work, they don't dance to that beat, it's more of a Latin kind of percussive beat. I just played in Uruguay and I came on after Guti, who's a big Argentinian artist, and I know he plays very percussive, so I just try to think a bit about where I'm playing, who I'm playing with, and then I try to, you know, just play as fresh as I can, but also try and give my audience, you know, the crowd a chance to listen to the biggest records that I'm dropping at the moment.
Una pregunta más? Adelante.
What do you know about Colombian music? Whatever electronic or
Like electronica or in general?
You know.
In general.
in general?
Well, I mean, I know I'm a big fan of Ones. Obviously, I did a record with them, but there's many, you know, reggaeton music and stuff like that. But there's a lot of great Colombian artists that make music.
Reggaeton is not Colombian music.
Huh?
Reggaeton is not Colombian music.
Yeah, obviously we're not talking about reggaeton here. So let's move on. Jamie, any Colombian?
I'm going to put my hands up and say I really don't know. This is actually my first time in Colombia. I've wanted to come for many years, but I haven't been down. I have many Colombian friends around the world who I see, you know, and I know that the scene's strong here, but I don't know.
All right. What's next for 2016 for you, Cedric? What's happening after Storyland? What are you going to be doing?
I'm starting a label called Disruptive Music with Armada. What I want to do is, I'm obviously signed to a major label, Universal Worldwide, and they're very controlling, but I was able to like tell them in the deal that I want to make club music, and they're not going to stop me from that, because a lot of artists get signed and that's it. They cannot make club music anymore, they're trying to make big pop hits and everything. So what I did is in my contract, I told them that I wanted to do a label and be able to release my club track that I know that they're never going to release. And I also want to sign artists. I meet incredible young artists through the world, you know, Colombian kids, Venezuelan kids, you know, in Europe, Italy, and everything, and they have no platform. You know, every time I see them, they give me incredible music, send me the music, I play them on my set, but they have not send it to spinning, they send a thing, nobody's listening to them. So I just want to create a platform in conjunction with Almada to be able to like release good music.
You a fan of streaming?
Huh?
Are you a fan of streaming?
I stream myself. I mean, I have Spotify.
Like Spotify and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's funny, I look at the stat, I had worked last year 355 years of streaming last year on my Spotify.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the first time. I never looked into Spotify, but it generates like 3.5 million a month streaming.
Wow.
So,
Crazy.
Jamie, what's next for you in 2016? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I'm just relocating right now to LA, kind of more permanently. I'm building a new studio there. So, you know, Lee Foss and I, who started Hot Creations together, we've started a new label called Emerald City, and we've got some, as well as having some great music signed to Hot Creations this year, which is more, you know, time club based. I'm really trying to immerse myself in some different scenes. You know, when I do get out these days, I'm kind of, you know, it's so big and it's so, the whole scene of European Ibiza and the techno scene is everywhere now. I really want to try and experiment with some new people and new artists, and I feel like, you know, when I'm in LA, I'm really trying to go out to some new parties. I'm actually even thinking about starting a new night in LA, which is, you know, kind of like a disco new wave night. There's something that's really different to what I'm doing now. As well as, you know, I've got tons of music I've been making. I hate this question because I've got a couple of big projects that I've started working on, but I don't want to talk about them because I don't know when they'll be finished, and I don't want to talk about them too soon because, you know.
You don't want to jinx it?
Yeah, it's not jinxing. I just think that, you know, when you start talking about things, people are like, oh, you know, if you say you're doing a compilation album now, and oh, when's the album coming out? And like, I want to, you know, finish it and like, here's my album, or here's my compilation album, or, you know, here's my new band. So
Awesome. Guys, needless to say, it's amazing to have you, Cartagena. Thank you very much for believing in the local scene, the live scene. It's amazing to have you, Jamie. It's amazing to have you, Cedric. It's been a wonderful conversation. We thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias de parte de toda la
Muchas gracias, Alejandro. Thank you very much, Jamie and Cedric. Vamos a hacer un pequeño receso de unos 5 minutos para hacer unos ajustes técnicos y pasaremos al debate sobre medios de comunicación. El debate lo haremos en la sala del frente, porque el siguiente masterclass también es en inglés y requiere la traducción que funciona en esta sala.
Sir, this is my album. When you should listen to it.
Thank you.
Maybe you find something you like.
What kind of music?
It's progressive.
Progressive? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Definitely, man. Thanks.
You're welcome.